In this competition, we're hoping to find the next superstar designer to dress superstars.
The worlds of fashion and celebrity are coming together hard as Rihanna sets out to find the next fashion design superstar. She's handpicked 12 undiscovered young designers to create outfits for some of the biggest stars on the planet.
It's really adorable. A hint of cleavage always works.
The thing with her outfit was this was just so dated for me.
But when I saw it, I just instantly was like, that's it.
And over 10 weeks, they'll compete for the life-changing opportunity to dress the biggest star of them all, Rihanna, on stage in front of 65,000 screaming fans. To mentor the design hopefuls, Rihanna's called in 3 fashion heavyweights. Fashion designer Henry Holland.
I love Henry Holland!
6 years ago, I was in the exact same position as these guys. I still remember what it's like.
Pop superstar and trendsetter Nicola Roberts.
I'm not looking for somebody who is a follower. I'm looking for a leader.
And stylist to Rihanna,
Come on, let's go.
Lisa Cooper.
These designers are getting the chance to work with some of the biggest celebrities there are. I know exactly how challenging that's going to be.
Brace yourself. That's all I have to say.
This is high fashion.
So cool.
It's brilliant.
This is high emotion.
Literally, concept.
It's in your best interest you shut the f*** up.
This is style to rock. Previously, before letting them loose on an actual star client, Rihanna put the designers through their paces.
I want to give them kind of a dry run. I want them to design something inspired by Kanye West. I really liked Zaynab's outfit.
Zaynab rose above and won the challenge. Sally was the first to leave the show.
It was a little simplistic.
I'm going home.
And London boy Ricky narrowly survived to sew another day.
Thank you so much.
It's shaken up people. You know, everyone's kind of scared to go home because it's real now. It's like the real deal.
We're giving everything here. It's our life, it's our passion. You don't want to go home.
This week is the first time the designers get to work directly with their client. They've all dreamt of getting the chance to dress stars, and now that dream will become a reality.
Do you want to all come and gather round, if you please? It's time to set you your second challenge.
We're just dying to know who the next client is. Just tell us, literally, so we can start working.
This week's clients are a musical duo with a fresh, youthful look. They're extremely forward-thinking when it comes to fashion, and they've come here in person to set this week's brief.
They're just about to come face to face with their first celebrity client.
So do you want to see who it is?
Yes!
Hello everybody, we're Rizzle Kicks.
Right now, Rizzle Kicks are the hottest hip-hop duo on the music scene. Together, childhood friends Jordan and Harley have sold over 1 million singles. Their debut album, Stereotypical, went platinum, and their last tour was a sellout.
Their style really represents their music. It's really important for our designers to be aware of how much their fan base relates to the guys.
Rizzle Kicks want brand new stage outfits to wear at one of their biggest gigs of the year, Tea in the Park in Scotland. 85,000 people will be flooding to the festival, so the band have to look sharp.
When the Rizzle Kicks came upstairs, I was probably more excited than I was for Kanye West. Like, I love Kanye West right now, but Rizzle Kicks is like huge.
They're really young, really current. I was really excited.
It's a big deal to in the park. It is. There's loads of people who go there. It's one of the biggest festivals, so get a lot of people watching us, hopefully. Otherwise, that'll be awkward for both of us, really, won't it?
Basically, I quite like kind of crazy stuff. Prints and patterns and, like, things that are, yeah, quite eccentric.
How eccentric?
Not like crazy mad.
So that is a sort of browned out palette.
Yeah, but it's just like patterns, isn't it? It's just quite...
True. Okay, so pattern over color.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm more difficult than Harley. I wear like jeans. Like the colours I like. I suppose you'd say preppy.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah, and pastels. I like pastels. Basically, I'm quite a loud person, so I wouldn't want my clothing to be loud, because otherwise it's like a double whammy.
Some of our designers, you'll be working specifically with Harley, and then some of you will be working with Jordan.
Can I find out who's who, please? Which one's Harley and which one's Stephen?
Jordan.
Jordan, sorry. I'm 28, I have twins, and I live in London. I am self-trained. About 5 years ago, I bought a sewing machine for 40 quid. Just started making like little clothes for myself. And when the twins were born, I started making clothes for them and everyone was like, oh my God, it's so cute. This is me. My kind of style as a designer, I like classic lines.
I love that. In the future, like, experiment even more. If it's safe, find something that's not
safe. Being away from my children, it is like ripping your soul out of your chest. It really is, it is really that. But I wouldn't be here if I didn't think that I was good enough, if I didn't think that I could actually win it. I'm not trying to be good, I'm trying to be great.
For your stage performances, there's a lot of movement.
Yeah, we move around loads.
Lot, yeah.
But what I did want to say as well, I'd like it if you guys could kind of take us forward without taking us out of our own comfort zone. That's all we're going to give you for now. So all we want to say is, be brave. Wow. Follow your soul. Follow your soul.
But yeah, on that note, I think we should probably go. But
The designers will be creating a stage outfit for either Harley or Jordan. Designing for Harley is Ralph, Jacqueline, Heidi, Megan, Zainab, and Ben. Harley's guidelines are eccentric prints, pattern over colour, and to incorporate the need for movement on stage. Designing for Jordan is Anam, Brett, Ricky, Steve, and Chanel. Jordan likes a preppy look, pastels, no loud colours. And he wants his look taken forward, but not too far. In 3 days, the boys will pick their 2 favourite outfits to wear at Tea in the Park. The worst 2 outfits will be picked by the mentors, and those designers will face elimination.
I'd like to think we left them with a little bit to think about. I suppose the idea is that they can take us maybe to a slightly different style, but nothing too crazy.
But being the first time they've come face to face with their star clients, there's a lot to take in.
Quite difficult to kind of pin down actually what is important and what they actually want.
The Rizzler Kicks were given so many answers, and I think that is what happens, is that the artist really fires so much information at the designer and expects the stylist and designer to take it all in and then come with something perfect.
So how the designers interpret the brief will be the key to winning this challenge or going home. With 3 days to complete the challenge, they go shopping for materials.
What am I making?
And shop assistant Jacqueline goes searching for inspiration.
So I went fabric shopping in the morning, and Jacqueline and I went in the same taxi, and then we rock up. She's like, oh, let's get out of here. We'll go to the graveyard. What?
For my last collection, I was in Paris and I really wanted to go to Père Lachaise. Have you been?
I don't know. You know what it is? A museum?
It's like, no. It's like a big cemetery in Paris. It's like where Jim Morrison, Edith Piaf, Karl Marx.
What artist?
Edith Piaf, Jim Morrison. Anyway. Type of thing that inspires me. I always watch like Criminal Minds, vampires.
I love your stuff.
Thank you.
You're very creative with that. And everything that you put your mind to, if you put this much into it, you will be fantastic.
I want to win this so much. It's like a beautiful dream, and I don't want to wake up and think that this is over. I want to do it, and I will work my ass off and gonna make it happen. I like to turn from sorrow to something beautiful. You know, you see the positive side of of something bad.
It did freak me out. I don't like cemeteries and I really don't like death. I'm very flowers and rainbows and she is very do, 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 do. And then I was like, come on, shopping. Obviously, I don't want to be rude.
That sounds amazing. Anyway, should we get going?
Yeah.
Right, do you know where you're going? Bye.
Yeah, I think these are the perfect colours, actually. 3 metres of each, please.
The thing with this challenge is that the time is so key. They only have 3 days to create something from start to finish.
That's nice. That is nice.
I'm still a bit worried about this. It's a nice fabric, but it's just a bit too fragile.
Yeah.
The things that would start alarm bells ringing for me would be someone who hasn't got any focus.
Can I have all of that? Here we go. I'll have all of that.
So they have to trust their own decision making and they have to stick by a decision once they've made it.
Oh, rib sweatshirt fabric. Can I have... Oh, and white. Oh, God, no. Do I need it?
We're up in the ante, throwing another challenge at you.
How are we going to get this done? How?
After meeting them face to face, the designers are now creating stagewear for hip-hop duo Rizzle Kicks.
If you guys could take us forward without taking us out of our own comfort zone.
Guided by fashion designer Henry Holland, trend-setting pop star Nicola Roberts, and Rihanna stylist Lisa Cooper, in just 3 days they'll present their outfits in a Rizzle Kicks-inspired skateboarding showcase.
The brief was really brief with the Rizzle Kicks.
It's quite difficult to kind of pin down actually what is important and what they actually want.
The brief this week was really hard. Having these two very distinctive personalities give their likes and dislikes, there's many advantages to it, but there's also many disadvantages to it.
But for self-taught mother of two Chanel, the brief's pretty clear.
I don't think anybody can get it that wrong. The only thing that you can do is go so extreme.
Well, the thing is, I do think you can get it wrong, because, like...
Really? Badly wrong? Like, tragic?
Oh, yeah, totally. Because,
Really?
like, okay, check this out. Like, if you literally just make, like, something really plain, it's not stage-worthy, and they're not going to be interested.
Well, for me, I'm definitely not going to overdo it.
But they were interested in pushing it.
Educated at one of London's top fashion colleges, Brett knows exactly why she's here.
I love the idea of celebrities wearing my clothes. I've always felt like celebrities would be the perfect market for what I want to design. It's just the most exciting and creative possible.
This piece is so sick. I love this.
Oh, thank you.
See how you mixed two fabrics here today with the latex, and I love that.
Just hungry to make the big scene, to be successful.
The next 10 weeks are going to push the designers to their limits.
I feel like I'm a little bit behind at the moment, so what I'm going to do is just get my head down, get this stitched up.
Have you seen my eyebrows? Please don't zoom in, but I really need to get them done. I really need to get my
There's no time for grooming. There's barely time for showering and
Well,
eating.
tomorrow I'll
Seriously, least of our worries are our eyebrows right now.
Hi everyone, gather round.
They've just 3 days to create their outfits, and things are about to get a lot harder.
We're up in the ante. You're still doing your Rizzle Kicks challenge, but we're actually throwing something extra on top.
Okay.
To customise this existing piece and create something completely new and something original for a special guest.
To succeed in this competition, the designers will need to be prepared for anything to happen.
The fashion industry really thrives on pressure, and it's completely normal to be working on one project and somebody else call and need something last minute. Some designers can work really well under pressure and others will just crumble. And I want to see who can come up with something new and fresh at a moment's notice.
And a visit from one of Henry's well-known clients will provide the perfect test.
Would you like to find out who you are customising this dress for?
Yes.
No.
She's had her own style since bursting onto the music scene, and whether in hot pants or baby doll chic, Pixie's always on trend.
We're going to give you 3 hours to create an outfit for Pixie to wear on a night out tonight.
Are you actually going to wear it?
Of course I'm going to wear it.
100%.
100%.
I saw women's wear
And I was like, yes, at last. I was thrilled.
They've all got identical dresses to customize, but there's a catch.
You can only use the materials, embellishments and trims available on this table, nothing else, okay? I'd get cracking if I were you. 3 hours.
Good luck, guys.
Could not believe that we had 3 hours to try and make this garment. Obviously, there was a little bit of drama because people didn't get the fabrics that they wanted.
This is some serious bullshit. Zanab, you have like 3 things of fabric. All I have is this. Come on, man.
What? Give me some moments to look through what I want, and then you can have what's left.
She was like, you need to give me some. And I thought, you know what? I don't have to give you anything. It's a competition.
You can have that. And then no one's getting anything else that I've got.
That was ferocious.
This 3-hour challenge is going to test their design skills and also their time management skills. And it's going to be a way of us seeing who can really step up to the plate and create something amazing when the heat is on.
Whilst the designers work in the studio, Henry finds out Pixie's fashion do's and don'ts.
I like it to have an edge to it. I kind of change my mind a lot, and I kind of dress how I feel on the day.
But when you're in the zone for sporty, urban Rizzle picks, and then Pixie comes along, it's a bit difficult to snap out of it.
I hope someone take into account what kind of thing that I like.
I found this and I love that. I think that's so pretty, so I'm going to work with that.
So what's the one thing you're hoping no one out there is doing?
I don't like things to look really cheap or... You know, I'd hate if they like cut it down to here and like you'd have a nip slip moment, you know what I mean?
You've got 10 minutes left.
What was I thinking? I'm not even thinking.
Oh, in 3 hours, I don't think I've done a lot. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay, everyone, needles down, time's up. If we could have you all stood by your mannequins. A bit of backless.
Cool.
You like a bit of backless?
Loving that.
Pixie now has to choose her winner.
Is that too short?
I think that looks a pretty good length from here.
But she can't decide out of the 11 customized dresses, so she picks a final 3 to try on. Ricky, Megan, and Steve.
Just be careful of pins.
Whichever Pixie likes the best, she'll wear tonight, and the winner will show Henry they can please the client when the pressure's on.
As soon as we took it off the mannequin, it all fell apart, so we hadn't actually sewn it together.
It was unfinished.
So it was an unfinished product. I'm a big fan of the top.
Yeah.
And then when I tried it on, it didn't look right with the skirt and the top together.
Okay, guys, Pixie's ready to reveal. Pixie,
Yeah.
do you want to come out?
Looks so nice on you! Oh, it was lovely seeing Pixie wearing my dress. She looks so cute in it.
Bye, Megan. Congratulations. Mwah. Bye, Hennes.
Bye.
Mwah.
See
See
you
you
later.
soon. Bye.
After nearly being sent home last week, it's a turnaround for Ricky.
To have been in the top 3, after what happened the week before, it felt great to have just a little bit of validation of my skills. I'm not gonna stress myself out because it's not gonna help me if I stop and shut down.
But for some, the challenge has not been a success.
Steve, get up from under the table. She really wanted to try this piece on, but as you can see, it's actually 5 pieces.
Yeah, that's really embarrassing. Super embarrassing.
The designers may have been dressing Pixie today, but back at the house, there's no doubt Rizzle kicks are still firmly on their minds.
Hey, how's the song go? You sing it for me.
Who even made that up? They must have been so drunk one day.
Yeah, seriously, right? Because, like, I mean, who's gonna do that naturally?
They do.
That is not a natural.
No, they go in, like, round. Mama do the clap, Mama do the clap.
Today is fittings day, and in their studio, the designers have just 24 hours left.
Literally, you can hear the clock in the back of your mind. How are we going to get this done? How?
In keeping with Rizzle Kick's street style, tomorrow's showcase will be modelled by real skateboarders.
Do you reckon you can skate okay in those? Like, would you be comfortable?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Hello, how are you?
It's all right, I'm Will. I'm your model. When are we going to start the fitting?
Okay, coming in, even though this is all you're getting. My shirt was taking quite a while to make, and then I had the model telling me he had to go, so I kind of had a bit of a hissy fit. I haven't got time. If this is what I've got, I need another 20 minutes. I feel it's horrible.
Oh, Megan, you've just been looking at it too long. Come on, it's okay. You just looked at it too long, that's it.
You completely got like the ice cream trends this season. And
that's really fun.
That's so hard, babe, it's fine.
I thought it was too girly.
No, I would wear that.
People cry too much, far too much. It really pisses me off. Like, what are you achieving?
I think they cry because they know their outfit's not strong enough.
We're all stressed, babe. I got nothing apart from half a jacket. A good jacket, may I add, but still.
Now Lisa's arrived, and she wants to see what stage the outfits are at.
I've only got 2 pieces. I'm a little bit stressed. You just want to get it right.
Come on, let's go.
First up, Steve.
He said he wants a t-shirt. So I've hand-painted the cabling detail so that he's got, visually, on stage, the effect of a cable knit sweater.
That will be lost. I won't be able to see that. So I would take that one step further. So you have a lot to do.
I do.
If he likes it like this, or this is reversible. It's not done, but it's reversible.
Super clever. Okay.
Right?
I like that.
They were talking about a yin-yang and they wanted to mix it up a bit. Because obviously when I saw this pattern, I was like, that's Harley all over.
Can you turn around for 1 second? That's where it gets a little feminine. Butch this up a little bit. Bring a little manliness to it.
So I'm dressing Jordan, and Jordan said he liked preppy. When I think of preppy, I think of yachting. And I bought a cloth used as part of the sails on a sailboat. It's a really fine linen.
Picked very muted colors for your basing.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm very excited to see this once it's done, that's for sure.
Cool, okay.
All right, guys, I'm going. Are you excited about tomorrow? Yeah. All right, guys, get some sleep. Have a good one.
The designers now have just one evening to finish their outfits. And Ricky's good mood from earlier seems to have deserted him.
Cracks are really showing at the moment, especially with Ricky. I mean, that boy is all over the place. I think he's one of these people that stresses out really quickly.
I don't.
Ricky's under pressure. Ricky's under pressure and he's going to crash and burn. He was in the bottom 2 last week, so he knows how it feels. He don't want to go back in that room. And so he's feeling the pressure and he feels like he has to overperform. His time management needs to be a lot better. That's what it needs to be.
I have to put it off this week. I absolutely have to pull it off. I don't want to find myself in a situation where I'm in the bottom 2 again.
The showcase is the most important part of the week.
Do I think I'm gonna win? Yeah, why not?
I think if I was actually made to wear that, I'd be verging on suicidal.
In her search for fashion's next design superstar, Rihanna's hand-picked designers have just 3 days to make stage outfits for hip-hop sensations Rizzle Kicks.
Be brave.
Helped by fashion mentors Henry Holland, Nicola Roberts, and Rihanna's stylist Lisa Cooper, even so, it's been far from easy.
I haven't got time.
I don't.
How are we going to get this done? How?
Now, it's showcase day. Today, every designer's outfit will be modelled in front of Rizzle Kicks. The boys will then pick their favourites to wear at one of their biggest gigs of the year, Tea in the Park.
This one screams stage, right?
The showcase is the most important part of the week for these designers, and it's their only chance to sell what they've been working on over the last 3 days.
Before today, this is something the designers could have only dreamt of. presenting their clothes to two of the biggest hip-hop stars in the UK.
At the start of the night, I was like, let's have a team talk.
Inspired by Rizzlekick's own love of streetwear, every outfit in this showcase will be modelled by skaters. Skating on the custom-built Rizzlekick's halfpipe.
To me, good design is creative, it's innovative, it's fearless. It's being able to take risks and they pay off.
Jordan and Harley will be scrutinising every aspect of every outfit and picking their favourites. The designers of the two worst outfits will face the mentors back at the studio, and one designer will be going home.
I think I'm going to win. Yeah, why not?
I definitely think I'm a contender, but I've always thought that.
You happy? Okay, so this is our first outfit for Harley.
Yeah. 3 days ago, Harley's brief for his outfit was eccentric prints, pattern over colour, and to remember how much they move around on stage.
I'm actually really impressed. The pattern on the waistcoat is awesome. I really like that.
I think it looks like Harry Potter and Shoreditch.
From Quidditch to Shoreditch.
Yeah.
Only thing I don't really like is the cut of the neck.
The colour of the jeans are sick.
The idea behind it is really cool.
Should we just have a look a little bit at the detail of the back?
As a stage outfit like that is great. Like, it's really, really wicked. Obviously the maroon is great. I love that colour. Interesting. I think this is a bit too hip for me.
We're about to go hip-hop hiking.
Yeah.
Next up, outfits for Jordan. His guidelines were a preppy look, pastels, no loud colours, and he wants his look taken forward, but not too far.
Colour, the turquoise that he's used is like spot on. I love that colour. The shoes are wicked. I haven't worn 3/4 length since I was about 12, but I probably could try and wear them. Socks are pretty cool. I think if I was actually made to wear that without choice, I'd like be verging on suicidal. I do like that kind of college, what's it, like jock? Not that I would be a jock, I think I'd be a bit of a nerd. I would actually wear it on stage, like. I like the colours are cool. Don't get the whole vest hoodie done up at the top thing.
Some outfits have caught Rizzlekick's eyes for both the right and the wrong reasons. So some of the designers are called back to talk through their creations.
Will you walk us through the outfit, please, baby?
So it's for Harley. Obviously that inspired me to make this tapestry waistcoat, and wanted to make something quite simple but very clever. As in, if you don't like the print, you like the back.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
It's like you've really understood, like, Harley likes things to be like vintage and retro, but then you've teamed it with the blue and the hologram, which makes it really cool and actually moving on from that retro look as well.
And it feels like a believable outfit that he'd put together himself.
The pattern on the waistcoat is awesome.
Well,
I really
you know,
like it.
it's 45 a meter, you better appreciate it.
I got Jordan, and he basically said that you was a guy that likes kind of simple things. With these, I tried to make some shapes with the paneling, and with the jeans, I just tried to kind of go skinny.
The one thing I would maybe say is it's a little bit too safe.
It gives it almost a little too much of a youthful vibe in the sense that he is a 20-year-old young
a
man.
bit scatty.
This is for Jordan, of course. And this is based on his desire for preppy look, and also drawing back on your guys' history of being from Brighton, and basically just sort of using a nautical theme throughout.
I think it's like just, I don't think I don't know if, does it kind of look like something that like you could see me in? Because I'm like, it's spinning me out a little bit. I think it's like cool, but it's a bit too eccentric for me, like.
I think this is maybe one of those examples where the designer is showing what they can do, but they have to stick to the brief, because regardless of how skillful the creation can be, if the artist doesn't feel comfortable in it, the artist won't wear it.
I made this one, even though it is a bit of masking tape and a bit slapdash, but that's the whole point, because you said you like to wear your clothes before you get on stage. Yeah. And like in the day and stuff, if you spill a little coffee or something, you've just done it and you like it and you're gonna wear it, you're gonna rock it. Do you know what I mean? You're at the Rizzagoots, you can do what you want.
I think you've got a really great understanding of the boys and their style. I think that really shows through.
I wanted it to really pop from way back, and I got a little totem thing going on. But my favorite bit about this trouser is, you know your little dance you guys like to do? Yeah. That's why they're on the inside, so when you kick out, it will flash more.
So we really love the idea that you brought out with also the lettering, this Letterman jacket idea.
I like that you understood Jordan's look. Jordan is typical lad, likes things to be boyish and is khaki and grey, and think that what you've done really good is taking it away from you and just really understood Jordan's feel, you know?
Sorry, I worked really hard on this look.
Yeah.
Whilst Jordan and Harley discuss the showcase, outside the designers wait.
I think it went well. They thought it was a little bit too colourful.
They really loved it. I'm so happy, I worked so hard. I'm gonna cry, because...
It was quite a tough brief that you gave them.
Definitely. I'd say so. I know it was a difficult thing.
That's the nature of the competition, isn't it? Is that they have to be able to show what they can do, but also cater for the artist, and the people that have done well are able to do that.
I'm a good designer, and they appreciate what I've done, and they know that I'm different.
The time has come for the winners to be announced.
We know that this week was challenging because, we had very much our own style, but we were asking you guys to kind of reflect that, but kind of take it to a different place. Personally, for me, I managed to cancel it down to Ricky and Steve. I think there were a few reasons as to why. With yours, Ricky, I really liked the colours and the choice of tracksuit, what I'm personally for performance. I thought the choice of pastels and the general fit of your outfit was fantastic. So it was super difficult, but the winner is Steve.
I think Rizzagoots wearing the clothes to Tea in the Park is really good exposure. So yeah, I'm really happy that I won.
Right, so my turn. I mean, I was massively impressed. It was really difficult to get a kind of the two top people, but I kind of narrowed it down to Jacqueline and Heidi in the top two. What I loved, Jacqueline, about your stuff is that when it first came out, I was just blown away. I was like, wow, that is like me all over, and the kind of experimental, the double shirt thing. Heidi, I was just so impressed by the charisma and the kind of t-shirt and maroon shorts put together. It was really comfortable performance outfit. It was it was really, really tough. I ended up going with Jacqueline.
It was amazing. I really don't think it would have gone any better. It's perfect. It's like bingo, really. Everyone's happy. Everyone's a winner.
There's two people who didn't quite step up for this challenge.
After a skate-inspired showcase, Rizzle Kicks, Jordan and Harley have picked their winners.
The winner is Steve.
Jacqueline.
It was amazing. I really don't think it would have gone any better. It's perfect. You know, it's like bingo, really. Everyone's happy. Everyone's a winner.
Now Steve and Jacqueline's outfits will be worn by the boys at one of their biggest gigs of the year, Tea in the Park.
I think Rizzle Kicks wearing the clothes to Tea in the Park is really good exposure. So yeah, I'm really happy.
The Mentals now have to reveal which two designers they've picked to face elimination.
There's two people who we feel didn't quite step up for this challenge, and we'd like to see those two people back at the studio. The first of those people is Chanel. We just didn't feel there was a level of creativity in your work that we were looking for, and I think a lack of confidence possibly made you play a little bit too safe.
The other person that we need to see back at the office is Brett. I'm really sorry, the client just was not happy at all, and we just felt like you were really off the brief.
Okay, so Chanel and Brett, we'd like to see the two of you back in the studio.
For Brett and Chanel, this is their last chance to convince the Mentals they deserve to stay in the competition. One of them will be going home.
I'd like to ask you first, if you could have changed anything about your week, if you could have done anything again, what would that be?
This week was a tense week. I think I probably felt the pressure a little bit more in myself because obviously we're in a room with so many creative people, so many creative individuals. I am so in awe of a lot of these people. So I think if I was going to do anything differently, I probably would have maybe just kind of been a bit stronger in myself. But I think when you have children, you introvert into yourself, and I think just now I'm starting to explore my own self again and what I am like without having them next to me.
I think that you have amazing confidence, you have an amazing personality, you're very extrovert, and the confidence that's lacking is in your ability almost. And Brett, is there anything that you would have done differently?
I am surprised to be in the bottom two, to be honest, at all, actually, because I like my aesthetic. But I feel that this week, I was not fully in my own space. I was not fully in my, steadily in my own ground and confidently going along with a design. I questioned it too much and lost too much time. So I feel that I have come to this place because I forgot to stop and quiet and let the artistic, knowledge that I have inside of me really tell me what to do. Because I do get a deep sense usually what is aesthetically right.
My problem really is it just felt like it was not what we were looking for, and I find it's worrying to me that you thought maybe it was.
I felt there was a need to find something in between me and Jordan, or compromise both in a way, trying to find a medium.
They didn't feel like a medium. It felt it was what you liked and it was what you do. You have to understand that Jordan has a fan base, and that fan base has to understand him. He speaks through his music and he speaks through his fashion. And as soon as that fan base doesn't understand, there's no connection. And so Jordan essentially was never going to pick the outfit. Jordan needs to feel a certain way to be the best he can be on stage in front of those thousands of people, then you have to listen to that person.
And respect that aspect. I feel like this is one of the key parts that I now understand, is that you guys, like, you're the mentors, but not the client.
Brett, what would it mean for you to stay here?
It would mean everything to me to stay here. Everything. This is my chance to refine under this pressure, under this opportunity. I mean, I feel so unbelievably blessed to have this opportunity, and I can't wait to continue it. I know I won't disappoint you guys again.
I think, Brett, what we're struggling to understand is that your outfit was so off brief, and yet we still haven't really heard you kind of acknowledge that you messed up in a way. And
I
think
do. I fully acknowledge I messed up.
it's kind of difficult to get that from what you said.
Janelle, what would it mean for you to stay here?
It'd be my life. For me, this is my chance. I don't want to let my babies down. I didn't leave them for me to come out in the second week. I didn't. God knows I did not do that.
Back at the house, the other designers can only guess who'll be going home.
Brett is such a strong contender, wasn't she? Like everyone
Is it really a good week for Chanel? No, she's too popular to go anywhere.
But the mentals have heard enough.
None of us like this process. Brett, what you've said is that you misunderstood the brief, and what you presented was what you understood of the brief throughout the process. And I think that we have to judge it as a whole, and I think there were 10 other designers that didn't misunderstand the brief in the same way.
Brett, we're gonna have to say goodbye, I'm sorry.
Thank you so much, Brett, for sharing with us and being here with us. And really, I hope you understand that we see how good you are. You're really talented.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
I was really surprised that Brett went so early in the competition. She's a really strong designer, a really strong person, a really great energy in the studio. But she didn't fulfill the brief, and it was a very specific brief.
You know, all of us can agree that Brett is a fantastic designer, but we just saw something in you that we just wanted to keep seeing. Like, you have so much heart and so much passion for what you do, and it's nice to see. Like, we want to see you develop more as a designer.
What I want to see from you next week is confidence. I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to know that we kept you in for a reason, because you're talented and you're skilled, and I don't want you to let anything hold you back.
Yes.
I want you to go for it.
I don't even know what to say. I don't even have the words to say, but thank you. You obviously know that, you know that I mean that, and I will not let you down.
1 month later,
Get ready to know Johnny was there!
Rizzle Kicks take to a very wet Tea in the Park stage, wearing Steve and Jacqueline's winning outfits. Next time on Style to Rock, a new client.
A massive challenge this week, this little mix.
Girls are here for their fittings.
The designers get to grips with teamwork.
I am a team player, but not the best team player in the world.
It's just horrible seeing her crying, like so upset.
Who's going to win the challenge and be one step closer to their dream gig? Dressing Rihanna.
Fashion and friction back in full flow next Tuesday night at 9 as the stylists have to apply their talents to an ensemble piece. Uh-oh. And don't forget, we're welcoming Lisa and Dan onto Sky Living HD tomorrow night at 9 with a brand new season of Mount Pleasant.